Imagine standing outside on a cool, clear night. The world around you is dark and quiet. Above, the sky is sprinkled with bright twinkling stars. Long before streetlights and GPS, people looked up at this same sky. They wondered what these points of light meant and how to use them. Think of travelers crossing huge deserts or sailing across endless oceans. Without any modern tools, they only had the stars to guide them. These ancient explorers trusted the night sky. It was their map and their clock. Even today, the stars create a sense of wonder. They connect us to people who lived thousands of years ago. When you look up, you see what they saw, a sky full of stories, secrets and guides. What secrets did the stars hold for them? And how did these distant suns help shape the paths of history? Let's explore the constellations of the northern sky and their role in guiding humanity. What are constellations? When you look up at the night sky, you might notice that some stars seem to form shapes or patterns. These patterns have fascinated people for thousands of years. The northern sky is the part of the sky you can see if you live in the northern half of Earth, also known as the Northern Hemisphere. It stretches above places like North America, Europe, and most of Asia, offering a unique view of the universe. The northern sky looks very different from the southern sky, which is visible from countries below the equator, such as Australia or South Africa. Each hemisphere has its own set of stars and constellations, making the sky feel different depending on where you are on Earth. If you live in North America, Europe, or Asia, you see the northern sky most nights. The stars you see overhead are the same ones your ancestors gazed at centuries ago, connecting you to a long tradition of stargazing. A constellation is a group of stars that forms a pattern or picture in the sky. These patterns can be simple or complex, and they help us organize the vast number of stars we see. People long ago imagined these patterns looked like animals, heroes, or objects from their stories and myths. They would gather around campfires and share tales about the shapes they saw above. They gave each group of stars a special name and created stories to explain their origins, passing these legends down through generations. Constellations helped people remember where certain stars were in the sky, making it easier to find their way at night or to mark important times of the year. There are 88 official constellations in the entire sky, but only some are always visible from the north. Others appear only during certain seasons, making the sky change throughout the year. Some of the most famous northern constellations include Ursa Major, Orion, Pegasus, and Andromeda. Each one stands out for its unique shape and the stories attached to it. Each constellation has its own shape, legend, and meaning, making the night sky a tapestry of human imagination and culture. Constellations are more than just pretty pictures. They are a way for people to connect with the universe and with each other. They act like landmarks in the sky, helping us find our way, just as mountains or rivers do on land. For centuries, people used constellations to navigate across oceans, tell time at night, and mark the changing seasons. They were essential tools for explorers, farmers, and travelers alike. The northern sky is not just a collection of stars, it's a living map, a guide, and a record of human curiosity and imagination, inviting us to look up and wonder at the universe above. One of the most famous and easily recognizable constellations in the northern sky is Ursa Major, which is also known as the Great Bear. This constellation has captured the imagination of people for thousands of years, appearing in myths and legends across many cultures. Within Ursa Major, you'll find a striking group of 7 bright stars that form a smaller pattern called the Big Dipper. These stars stand out clearly against the night sky, making the Big Dipper one of the first constellations many people learn to identify. The Big Dipper's stars are arranged in a way that resembles a giant spoon or ladle, with a curved handle and a deep bowl. This familiar shape makes it easy to spot, even for beginners. Even in cities where bright lights often hide many stars, the Big Dipper usually remains visible. Its brightness and distinctive shape help it stand out, making it a reliable guide for urban stargazers. But the Big Dipper is not just famous for its shape. It also serves as a celestial signpost, helping people find another crucial star, Polaris, also known as the North Star. If you draw an imaginary line through the 2 stars at the end of the Big Dipper's bowl, that line points almost directly to Polaris. This simple method has been used for generations to locate the North Star in the sky. Polaris is special because it sits almost exactly above the Earth's North Pole. No matter where you are, in the Northern Hemisphere, Polaris will always be found in the same direction, north. For centuries, sailors, explorers, and travelers have relied on the North Star to guide their journeys. Before the invention of compasses and GPS, Polaris was a dependable beacon in the night sky. Unlike other stars, which appear to move across the sky as the Earth rotates, Polaris remains almost perfectly still. It acts as a fixed point, showing exactly which way is north, night after night. By finding Polaris, people could easily determine the other directions, east, south, and west, and navigate safely even in unfamiliar places. This knowledge helped countless travelers avoid getting lost. This simple trick, using the Big Dipper to find Polaris, empowered explorers to cross vast continents and oceans, opening up new worlds and connecting distant lands. The stars above became a natural compass, always pointing the way home and reminding us that even in the darkest night, there is always a guide to help us find our way. Another bright constellation in the northern sky is Orion, the Hunter. Orion is easy to recognize. Look for 3 bright stars in a straight line. This is Orion's belt. Around these, more stars make up Orion's body and arms. Orion shines high in the winter night. Many people see it as a strong hunter, standing tall in the sky. In Greek myths, Orion was a brave giant. Other cultures gave him different names and stories. One of Orion's treasures is the Orion Nebula. If you look just below Orion's belt, you might see a fuzzy patch. With a telescope, it becomes a glowing cloud of gas and dust. The Orion Nebula is a birthplace for new stars, about 1,300 light-years away. Orion is more than a group of stars. It is a reminder that the sky is full of wonders, some we can see with our eyes, others revealed with science and curiosity. As you gaze up and let your eyes wander across the northern sky, you'll come across one of the most legendary constellations, Pegasus, the winged horse. This constellation has inspired stories and imaginations for thousands of years, and it's easy to see why. Pegasus is most recognizable by a striking pattern called the Great Square of Pegasus. This square is actually made up of 4 bright stars, forming a giant, almost perfect box in the sky. It's like a cosmic signpost, helping stargazers find their way among the stars. The Great Square is especially easy to spot on crisp autumn evenings, when the air is clear and the stars seem to shine even brighter. It's a favorite target for both beginner and experienced stargazers. In ancient myths, Pegasus was said to soar across the heavens, carrying heroes and gods. Today, it still seems to fly above us, a reminder of the stories written in the stars. Just beside Pegasus, you'll find another famous constellation, Andromeda. Named after a princess from Greek mythology, Andromeda's story is forever linked with Pegasus in the night sky. The stars of Andromeda stretch out in a graceful, curved line, making it easy to trace with your eyes once you know where to look. But Andromeda holds an even greater secret. Hidden within its boundaries is the Andromeda Galaxy, a vast collection of stars, gas, and dust, swirling together in a majestic spiral. The Andromeda Galaxy is the closest large galaxy to our own Milky Way, and it's on a slow-motion collision course with us, though not for billions of years. On a dark, clear night, far from city lights, you can actually see the Andromeda Galaxy with your naked eyes. It appears as a faint, misty patch, an entire galaxy visible from Earth. If you use binoculars or a small telescope, the galaxy looks like a glowing cloud, much larger than any star. It's a breathtaking sight, and a reminder of how vast the universe truly is. Inside the Andromeda Galaxy are billions upon billions of stars, each one a sun, possibly with its own planets and mysteries waiting to be discovered. Together, Pegasus and Andromeda remind us that the night sky is more than just a scattering of stars. It's a map to distant worlds and cosmic wonders. The universe is packed with entire galaxies, vast, swirling islands of stars, each one holding secrets and stories of its own, just waiting for us to explore. Throughout history, different groups have used the stars in unique ways. Sailors relied on the constellations to steer their ships. By watching the North Star and other patterns, they crossed unknown seas and mapped the world. Farmers also watched the sky. The rising and setting of certain constellations marked the seasons. When Orion appeared, it was time to plant or harvest. The stars acted like a giant calendar, helping people survive. Storytellers filled the sky with legends. Each constellation became a character. The Great Bear chased the Little Bear. Orion battled a giant bull, Pegasus soared across the heavens. Through these stories, people taught lessons, explained nature, and passed down culture. The stars shaped daily life. They offered direction, marked time, and inspired tales. The constellations were, and still are, a link between practical needs and the power of imagination. Even now, the stars guide and inspire us. Today we have satellites, maps, and smartphones, but the stars are still there, shining on. Astronomers use constellations to find new planets, study galaxies, and search for life beyond Earth. Stargazing brings people together. Clubs and communities gather to watch meteor showers or eclipses. Scientists and artists both look up, finding meaning and beauty among the stars. Schools teach students about constellations. Museums display models of the sky. Space explorations use the North Star as a reference, just like sailors did long ago. The sky remains our guide, both for science and for dreams. No matter how much we learn, the night sky keeps its magic. It connects the past, present, and future. A shared story, written in light across the darkness. The next time you step outside on a clear night, look up. Remember that you are seeing the same stars that guided explorers, farmers, and storytellers for thousands of years. Each point of light is part of our shared history. Let the constellations spark your curiosity. Find the Big Dipper, trace Orion's belt, and search for the Andromeda Galaxy. Imagine what it was like to travel with only the stars as your guide. The night sky is a treasure chest of stories, science, and wonder. It reminds us that we are all explorers, no matter where or when we live. The stars are always there, waiting for someone to look up and dream. So take a moment, gaze upward. Let the stars inspire you, just as they inspired humanity from the very beginning.